Okay, we're looking at a Bostitch Stitcher or a Deluxe 26A or a 26D or an Interlake Stitcher, Champion, or a Magnatek 2000 or an M2000. They're all basically the same principle of stitcher head, and if you get a problem with them, when you call us, we're going to go back to the basic principles. So the first thing I'm going to do is say, right, you must remove these parts and your swivel. Okay? And what you want to do is you need to know, first of all, is my wire consistency good? So I'm going to run out a number of samples of straight wire, and what I'm looking for here is, are they the same length? And they are. If they were not, then I'm going to say that my problem is going to be either my grip is worn and it's not gripping the wire by the same amount every time, or there's some friction somewhere in my system. Either it's knotted here, there's a problem with the wire, the payoff isn't correct, but I'm really reducing it from either it's the grip or it's friction in the system. If I pull through a bit of wire and pull it through, it should come through nice and easy and clean, not judder, which would point me to where the problem was. Okay, that's not an issue here because my length of wire is the same every time. So the next thing I'm going to feel for is I'm going to feel for the cutoff. And what I'm doing there is I'm trying to feel if there's a burr on any part of the end. And there's not, there's a good wire cut. But if there was a poor one, then I'm going to have to take the wire cutters here and here, take off the faceplate, and I can take the moving one and make it the stationary one, and take the stationary one, make it the moving one. They're interchangeable. They have two cutting surfaces, or I'm going to put new cutters in there. Or alternatively, what might have happened is that the faceplate might have wear in it, so that there's too much play between the cutters. Then I'm going to have to address that by buying a new faceplate or fitting a new part. Okay. So once I've got the same length of wire and a good cut, I'm looking for, is it straight? Okay. Now, if we look here, that's why I've removed this part, these three parts, is so I can look at the wire as it's passing through the swivel. Okay, through the swivel hold. In this case I can see it's pretty straight. There's a slight move out to this side, but this is what this part is for. See, you can move it to a set position, and then you have to remember that I'm going to have to use up this amount of wire before the change I've made here has taken effect. We'll get rid of those, but now I can see that in actual fact I'm going this way a little, so I need to go just back a little more. So now once I have the wire straight this way, okay, I might, when I'm making a stitch, when it's in the swivel, I might find that it's not straight this way. Yeah, then I can make my adjustment here, but this is fairly rare. This is all of the time you have to make this change. Okay, and sometimes as you go through a spool you might have to make an amendment here just by changing it. Keep it straight, that'll give you a good stitch. Now, if you also look at our video comparing magnetic swivels to conventional swivels, the reason why the magnetic is so much better is because of this way in here is larger, so when the wire's not straight it can still grab it and make you a good stitch. So once you have straight wire, same length every time, and a good cut, you should be able to make a couple of adjustments and you get a good stitch. If you can't, then you need to contact us for further advice. because you might have some blockages, breakages or wear issues.